Imagine this. Over the last 3 years, you've walked with, followed, and lived with Jesus. You broke bread with him, watched him open blind eyes, command the sea into stillness, and called dead men from tombs as though they were merely sleeping. You laughed at his side, wept with him, and leaned against his chest in the quiet hours. You knew deep in your bones you were walking with the Holy One of Israel, the Son of the living God. Now, he's gone, betrayed, crucified, buried. And you, like Peter, have failed him. You denied him with cursing on your lips, and you ran. Now, you're back home doing what you've known since your youth, fishing, alone, floating on a boat in familiar waters, haunted by guilt and silenced with sorrow. So what can you do in this bitter night of the soul, with your heart sinking lower than the waves beneath you? Perhaps a small voice says, pray. Yes, that's it, pray. But what? What do I pray? And you remember, yes, maybe the prayer that he taught us. And so, with trembling hands and a cracked voice, you whisper, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. But let's stop right there for a moment. Be honest. Did you feel anything with those words when they were prayed? Did hallowed be thy name stir anything within your soul? Or did the prayer hit your heart like ash instead of fire? As the prayer of Christ, the very words he gifted to us with divine breath become a hollow echo in the sanctuary of your heart? Has it become so rehearsed, so domesticated, so dulled by empty repetition that even in your hour of deepest need, it feels like an old nursery rhyme? How could this be? Well, Jesus, with holy clarity, warned us. When you pray, do not use vain repetitions as the pagans do. And then, right then, he gave us the prayer that has been since thoughtlessly repeated to exhaustion. The verse that precedes it is a caution and a rebuke of the way we so often use it today. We have taken this sacred prayer and emptied it of its awe. We have recited it without reverence, spoken it without thought, and stripped it of the Spirit's power. I dare say that today any other word from God is more alive, more powerful, and sharper than the Lord's Prayer. Through rote repetition, we have dulled this two-edged sword so it no longer pierces to the division of soul and spirit. The tragedy is not with the prayer, but with us. We have handled it carelessly, turned it into a mantra, repeated it until it no longer cuts, no longer divides, no longer discerns, no longer stirs. Not because the prayer lacks power, but because we have neglected the power that lies hidden within it. Our Savior did not speak this prayer into existence for it to be a ritual, but for it to be a roadmap back to the kingdom. Not to be a mantra, but a matchstick to set your soul ablaze. The Lord's Prayer is not a lifeless script to be recited with glazed eyes. It is a ladder to heaven, a sword against the enemy. It is no mere pattern, it is a sharp power. And so, this series begins with a cry, not one of critique, but of restoration, to recover what has been dulled, to lift what has been buried beneath repetition and routine. We must take up this prayer not as a relic to be admired, but a sword to be wielded, sharp again, alive again, cutting once more to the very soul. Like David, we do not take it up for ceremony, we take it up for battle, for communion, for life. So let's dig into this journey line by line, into the rich soil of these sacred words. Let us dig until the honey of heaven flows, until every phrase once again drips with power. The Lord's Prayer is not tired. We are. But it's time to wake up. Time to pray again, not with rote, but with reverence. Time to be pierced. Time to be changed. Time to say again with trembling wonder, Our Father, thy kingdom come.